The brain is in the Bible. There are hundreds, if not thousands of versions of the Bible. In each version the form of language is altered and the words changed to suit the new author's translation. However, the meat remains if you're hungry for knowledge. Take a look at chapters 32 and 33 of Genesis, and write down any words or phrases that the author mentions more than once. Your list may look something like this. So what does that have to do with the brain, you might ask? First, let me say this: when decoding the Bible you have to really think in terms of crossword puzzles, word search, unscrambling words, Sudoku, and more, because the Bible is multi-layered with knowledge. Let's start here. If you lift up your eyes, you will be looking toward your brain. If you unscramble Seir in Edom, you will get rise in the dome referring to head, or brain. It mentions that Jacob positioned his family foremost, middle, and hindermost. This is referring to the forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. The two bands are the cerebrum and cerebellum. The letters B and D are interchangeable, so now you have the word drum in cerebrum, and bell in cerebellum. These are two instruments in a band, bells and drums. The hippocampus was cleverly hid by continually referring to Jacob's hip, and where he camped or lodged. Jacob named the mountain Peniel. This is obviously referring to the pineal gland, also known as the third eye. The hollow of his thigh is referring to the hypothalamus gland. For the word hollow and hypo pretty much mean the same thing. The text mentions Jacob halted on this thigh, and though you paint a picture in your mind something like this, the author is referring to the thalamus gland, which is on top of the hypothalamus. However, if you unscramble the letters T, H, A, and L, you will get the word halt. Jacob halted, or rested on the hypothalamus. The passage mentions a drove. This is that drive way down the middle of your brain. However, the droves, plural, refer to the curvy crevices that you see on the very surface of the brain. And number 10. Jacob put his family in two companies. This is simply referring to the right and left hemispheres of the brain. You may notice in the Bible that mountains are often mentioned. This is for a reason. Jacob was on the mountain, Moses was on a mountain, so was Abraham, Jesus, and everybody else. Why are they all on a mountain when talking to God? The mountain refers to the head region. Those men were meditating, and the Kundalini energy rising up the spine to the brain. In the beginning God created the atom. And from the atom, God removed the ribosome. This was the splitting of the first Adam. That was the beginning. This is the end. Golgotha means place of skull, and Calvary means skull. Not only is the brain in the Bible, but there's much, much more. Like, share, and subscribe for more content. I'm talking about content you never heard before.